Yo, what's going on, everybody? You are watching Vikings Now by Chat Sports. And coming up on today's show, we're going over three things the Vikings can do with the NFL Scouting Combine starting this week on Tuesday. Now, Kevin O'Connell and no members of the Vikings organization will be talking, but with all the GMs, all the agents in one location, rumors are going to be flying. So we'll talk about three big things that the Vikings can accomplish this week. But before we do so, if you guys can hit that subscribe button today. Right now, the Vikings are $40 million over the cap. There are going to be a ton of roster moves over the next 72 hours, whether it's cutting TJ Hockenson, Aaron Jones, or something about the quarterback position. Anything we get coming out of Indianapolis this week, we'll have a video for you guys ASAP. So hit that subscribe button today. Don't miss a thing around your favorite football team. All right, so I think the number one thing the Vikings are going to do at the NFL Scouting Combine is test the Kyler Murray waters and see how available he truly is out of Arizona. Now, I fully expect the Vikings to also test the waters of other quarterbacks around the National Football League. Like, I'm sure Kevin O'Connell will have a conversation with Kyle Shanahan potentially about Mac Jones. I'm sure maybe he'll talk to Joe Flacco's representation. They will do everything they can to make sure no stone goes unturned at the quarterback position this offseason. But specific with Arizona Cardinals, I think they're going to check in with Arizona this week. And, that might be a check-in being like, hey, if you guys do decide to trade Kyler Murray, what type of draft capital are you looking in return? Are you going to eat majority of his contract if we trade for him? Or just flat out ask, hey, are you guys going to cut Kyler Murray? Because then that would obviously be ideal for the Minnesota Vikings. Like, if the Arizona Cardinals do decide to move on from Kyler, that's really the only way I see the Vikings acquiring Kyler Murray. And I'll tell you what, QB still, they want to come to Minnesota. Like, even though the Vikings offense had a very down year for Kevin O'Connell's standard, I mean, they're 28th in the league in terms of EPA per play. I think they're 29th in DVOA per play this season. So obviously they were struggling offensively, but still, quarterbacks are looking at the infrastructure here in Minnesota where it's like, all right, you got Justin Jefferson, still got Jordan Addison, you got solid offensive line with two bookend tackles. You still have Kevin O'Connell being one of the better offensive play callers in the league. Like, QBs would want to go here. So I think Kyler Murray, if he were to be cut by the Arizona Cardinals and he could just pick whatever team he wants to go play for, I think it would be Minnesota. But even Jeremy Fowler alluded to this, saying my sense right now from asking around is that all the top quarterbacks that will be or could be available, Minnesota is a place they want to go because of what you have with Justin Jefferson, Kevin O'Connell, a lot of pieces in place. And, on the trade front with Kyler Murray here, I doubt the Vikings, even entertain that avenue anymore. Just because of one, the trade value that you're going to have to give up for Kyler is probably a fourth or a fifth round pick. I think the Vikings understand that if they want to turn this around and they want to build up this roster because of how much money they have spent during free agency the last couple of years, they have to nail on a lot of these draft picks. Might as well give themselves the most chances to nail a lot of those picks and also just a contract. Like, even if the Cardinals end up taking on, let's just say 50% of Kyler Murray's deal, there's still $30 million guaranteed left over. You're still going to have a cap hit of potentially $20, $25 million next year for Kyler, bare minimum. So I think the only way Kyler Murray is the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings is if he is cut and he signs a Russell Wilson type of deal where it's 1 year, $5 million because he's getting shelled out all this guaranteed money from Arizona. But what say you on this one? Would you trade for Kyler Murray or would you just want the Vikings to acquire him? Give me a T for trade or give me a P for pass. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If it's 1 year, $5 million, I would do it. Also, there's a lot of bad stats around Kyler Murray going around right now, specifically him pushing the ball downfield. Since 2022, he has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League. But if you look at the years before that, he has been a lot better. I still put most of that blame on the Cardinals organization and maybe Kyler being a little more checked out. But he's a polarizing choice. So you guys let me know your thoughts down below. Now, number two here of what the Vikings can accomplish this week at the Combine is obviously just scouting. And they're going to be looking at the cornerback position specifically. I think it's one of the top positions in need for this team heading into the offseason. There's a lot of talent, specifically in the first round, that some guys you could take at pick number 18 and be true shutdown corners. And number one has to be Mansoor Delane. Mansoor Delane's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there are some mock drafts that have Delane going top 5 and landing 5th overall to the New York Giants, which, I mean, yeah, that would be a little bit of a reach, but that just speaks to how the NFL possibly views Mansoor Delane. And you got a guy like Jermod McCoy, didn't play this past season for Tennessee, but he was one of the better cornerbacks in the country back in 2024, a freak athlete. I think McCoy's probably got the most upside out of any of these guys we're going to talk about today. True lockdown corner potential, very versatile as well, can hop in the slot if he's asked to do just that. And they got his teammate from this past season, Colton Hood, very solid corner as well, sticky in coverage. I would probably view Colton Hood more as a day 2 draft prospect compared to day 1 at pick number 18. And then you got Avion Terrell out of Clemson. He's been mocked to the Vikings a whole lot. I like this pick. Wouldn't necessarily love Avion Terrell at 18. I think that would be a little rich. I'd rather have the Vikings maybe go a Dylan Thieneman at safety or an Emmanuel McNeil Warren at that pick over Avion Terrell. But watch out for him. Then you also got Brandon Cisse, the South Carolina cornerback. Big, physical, great against the run, excels in man coverage. Isn't the most versatile guy, just truly a man corner. But again, he does have some juice at that spot. And I think the Vikings, no doubt, need to add more talent to the cornerback room this offseason. Now, I think Brian Flores obviously gets the most out of his secondary players. I mean, the amount of guys that he has taken and just elevated their game since being in Minnesota is incredible. But with Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rodgers, and really that's it in the cornerback room right now, you need to just, one, add more bodies and you need to add more talent. Like, go add a blue chipper. I want to see what Flores' defense looks like. If you have a true shutdown corner, we could just say, hey, Mansour Delane, Jamad McCoy, you're shutting down that one side of the field. I would love to see how Flores' defense operates with that type of player in the secondary. But you guys let me know, what position should the Vikings take in round 1? I'm either going cornerback or safety on this one. I just want to see what Flores' defense would look like with a true blue chipper on the back end there. So you guys let me know, what position should the Vikings take in round 1? I want to talk about the last thing the Vikings can do at the Combine here in just a second, but I got to tell you guys about today's sponsor, and that is Harry's, a shaving company that I absolutely love. And for a limited time, our listeners can get the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10 at harrys.com/chat. And Harry's is absolutely amazing. Completely changed how I view shaving my face every single day. And, everything in my life has leveled up. Like, my phone is basically a supercomputer now. My car basically parks itself. Your headphones cancel noise like magic. But razors, most of them, still flimsy, still overpriced. It's still stuck in 2008. But that's not the case at Harry's. And they have an advanced pivoting system to reach every corner of your face, and a refined blade tech for a close, smoother shave, and a weighted metal handle, which is Harry's heaviest handle ever, for added control and comfort. And it's made from real metal, never plastic, and designed to fit comfortably in your hand. And the heavier handle means more control and a luxe feel. And Harry's doesn't just make razors. They got a full line of grooming essentials, from shave gel to deodorant to body wash, all thoughtfully made and priced to stock up. All of Harry's blades and grooming products can be delivered right to your door. Set your preferred schedule and never run out of blades again. So for a limited time, our listeners can get the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10 at harrys.com/chat. This set includes all new Harry's Plus razor, one refined 5-blade cartridge, a 2-ounce foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect your blades on the go. Just head to harrys.com/chat to claim this offer. And after you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show here and tell them we sent you at Vikings Now by Chat Sports. All right, number 3, and I think this is 2 moves that could happen within the next 72 hours here, and that's cutting TJ Hockenson and Aaron Jones. Like, we've been talking about this all offseason. These are just 2 players who are past the prime of their careers, and they're just not worth the cap hit heading into the next season. I mean, TJ Hockenson, start off with him. He's got a top 5 cap hit at the tight end position for next season. And with how much you could save by designating him as a post-June 1 release at $16 million, this move makes too much sense. Now, if you do cut TJ Hockenson, there's going to have to be a reactionary move where you're going to have to bring in another tight end. Is it a Kenyon Sadiq you could possibly take at 18? You try to sign a guy like a Cade Otton of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No matter what the Vikings do, if you do cut TJ Hockenson, you have to add more talent at that tight end position, because I love Josh Alver. He's a fantastic tight end too, but having him as your lone tight end at that spot, you got to add more talent there. And Aaron Jones, past his prime, has the 3rd highest cap hit out of any running back in the NFL for next season. That's way too much. That can't be the case if you're trying to build a potential Super Bowl roster. You can't have Aaron Jones on the books for that much money. So you're going to have to cut him, save $7.75 million. Now, right now, the Vikings are $40 million in the hole, but there are some easy moves they can make. We talked about cutting TJ Hockenson and Aaron Jones. Well, how about 3 restructures? Jefferson saves $18 million. Jonathan Grenard saves almost $13. Byron Murphy saves $11.32. Javon Hargrave, Ryan Kelly, those guys could be cut as well. And then you extend Brian O'Neill. you save $14 million. So that's a $100 million flip on the cap, on the books for next season. That's why this week, like, I'm shocked we haven't seen any moves yet. Like the Chiefs, they were restructuring Patrick Mahomes' contract. They just cut one of the veteran defensive tackles. I'm waiting for the Vikings to start making all of these moves, whether it's Hawk, whether that's extending Brian O'Neill, restructuring any of these guys. There will be moves made this week, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a thing. And also, if you made it to the end of today's show, hit me with those goals down below in the comments section. Keep you guys posted with everything around your Minnesota Vikings. But again, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a thing. Going to be a busy week here on the channel. So we'll see you guys next time. As always, let's go Vikings.